Okay, heyo! I'm back. Mega Mac Cat is going once again back into Gundam Breaker, and as you can see, I've upgraded our unit here, matching the red, white, and blue, and we're going to go ahead and give him another shot in the next mission. Now, as you've no doubt noticed, I am currently facing just a couple of levels, Team Attack and Normal, and we're going to do Team Attack so I can sort of show you how this works. This is one of another of the game's many game types that you'll run into, and this is actually one of the more interesting ideas in that it simulates the multiplayer aspect very well, in that there is a Team Attack mode in multiplayer where teams can actually go up against one another, and whoever gets the most kills wins. But it's slightly different in this game because of the way the system works. Anyway, let's get started on that. But what we're going to start with is we're going to get in here and see if we can get some points scored. And I'm not going to bother with the deployment video every time. It just takes up time. And I just want to get to the action. You know what I'm saying? Yes? No? Maybe? Anyone? Whatever. Okay, so let's get started. Now here's what you'll notice. They do give you instructions, but it doesn't really matter because it's in Japanese, and you can figure it out pretty well on your own. So here's the deal. Team Red is my enemies, Team Blue is me. And your job is to take down your enemies and do as much damage to their numbers as you can without dying. Every time one of you or your team members goes down, you lose points. Every time one of their team goes down, they lose points. Whoever hits 0 first loses. So it's not a matter of who gets the most kills, but also who survives the longest. Because if you get lots of kills, but you're also getting wiped out every few seconds, you're not accomplishing your objectives here. Now, as you'll no doubt notice, my team is doing very well right now. We've taken down 3 or 4 groups, and we're already 6,000 points ahead of our opponents. And that's mostly because we haven't died yet. Now, some of the later team battles are just brutal. But it works. And zapped. Now, when you're playing this in one player, it's usually best to just let your team go about its business, because they'll do a fairly decent job of keeping themselves alive. That being said, it is important to keep in mind that sometimes if they start getting taken down repeatedly, you may want to go in and give them a hand. But for now, it looks like we're handling ourselves okay. Oh, okay, I can do that too. Fancy laser gun isn't impressing me. Alright, so yeah, and I also still have super mode, which means that I can get a significant advantage if things really get pressed. And see, I just got taken down by a team attack. So we lost a big load of points. My unit is worth more because it's more powerful. So for example, in a team game, each person's unit will be graded or scored based on its overall combat ability, and your units all have their own value. So if you lose, or if one of your characters gets shot down, then he is going to be worth a certain amount of points, and if they all get shot down, you're going to lose a ton of points in that battle. Yeah, one more kill should be all we need here. Oh, and he lost a head. Time to finish the job. There we go. Oh, and... oh yeah, so if we get one more knockdown, it doesn't matter who it is, it's over. I'm going to try and take out the Zaku real fast so we can end this match. Now, here's the thing. On these maps, whenever you get a kill, the next map resets the points. So, you will automatically have a full point total the next time you go back in. And you also automatically get loot boxes every time you complete an area. So you will always get loot in a team attack, which makes them great for farming if you're looking to farm some parts or get rare pieces. Oh, enemy ace time. Enemy aces are worth a fortune on the battlefield, but they're also undeniably tough. So what you want to do is, if you can, if you still have it when you can, go right in and use your super mode to try and get an advantage. But if you can take down the ace right out of the gate, it'll usually be enough to give you a lead that you can hold on to. See, he was worth 2,000 points just by himself. So that means that you might be able to actually turn, that victory onto its side and just keep racking up the victories against them. By taking out the aces, you'll wipe them out much more quickly. See? Another 2,000, almost instantly. So, anyway, back to what I was saying. So, as you can see, right now my team already has a big victory on it, but we just lost one of our own. So now, since I want to turn the tide on this real fast, I'm going to close distance, super mode, and end this. Because once I super mode, this fight ends pretty much instantly. Watch. He had the heavy arms backpack too. Let's see. I took down one of them almost immediately, and I'm almost done with the other one before the super mode runs out. And there are actually ways you can extend the super mode too. So, there's ways to actually make it last longer or give you an advantage so that you can hold that combat ability longer. This poor dude, he's lost his arm, he's lost his backpack. I'm just wailing on him. So he's out. He wasn't worth as much as the aces because he was a lower grade unit, but I can usually take all the points you can get, but we're almost double on their point total right now, so we're okay. Alright. What's up, man? Everybody, this is my brother Ron saying hello. I'm doing my recordings, dude. Yeah, alright. Anyway, as I was saying, so as soon as I killed this dude, he should be wrapped up with this map, or at least darn close to it. Alright, he's out. One more should do the job. If I don't get killed first. Alright. There we go. And that's one more map down. So whenever you finish a map, you get your prizes and you get to move on. Or in this case, since it's only 2 maps in this round, you can clean up these prizes, and you're done. On to the next level. But yeah, so that is the team attack mode in a nutshell. Basically, it's you versus whoever's in the position of your opponents, and whoever gets zeroed out first loses. Great levels myself, and I like the team attacks a lot. They're a lot of fun. Especially if you play them online a lot, but they are admittedly difficult. And if you don't have a good high-level unit, and you can be, it is easy to literally get bushwhacked frequently in that game mode. So if you're gonna play it online, especially, make sure to have a good team together that you can use to work as a group. But yeah, that gave us quite a bit of GP, and I think we're I think we're gonna check out what we got for the parts, see if there's anything worth having, and then we'll go on to the next level if we can. Ooh, one of the whip-based weapons. I'm actually a fan of that particular set of weapons, but that one, in my opinion, is very weak in the overall. Yeah, just a regular GM backpack. Not even worth the effort. Ooh, heavy machine gun. Kind of like that. See, now there's a build level increase, and we get a good gun. See, every time you get build level, increases the odds of you getting rare gear or specialty equipment. It also increases the overall levels that you can acquire from each part. So you'll get better parts more often, essentially. See, now check out that. That's a new shield. But it's actually weaker than the shield I've got, so... well, no matter. I do want to upgrade my sword and my... I'm going to upgrade my sword and I'm going to change out the gun. I usually like going with the laser weapons, but I got an MP80 machine gun that I can use. I also got one of those new, yeah. Actually, no, I wouldn't get any advantage from those. Except maybe, you know, if I had more available EX abilities, but I mean, yeah, I wouldn't really get an advantage from them. Although what you could do is you could drop one of them and then get another weapon in their place for the close combat. For example, I could get like this big thing, and that would actually change what long range abilities I would have. So I could get this long range ability and this close range ability. I'd have to drop one of my backups, which is fine actually. I don't use them enough for it to be worth it. But I can get these different abilities, plus the double-edged sword is mucho powerful. So we'll give it a try. And nothing here, nothing here, nothing here. Still can't get these because I'm not high enough level. That's okay. Wait, what? Oh yeah, can't use those either because that's the Unicorn Gundam arms, and I can't use those yet. Dagnabbit. I would really like those Unicorn Gundam arms, believe me. If I could have my way, oh yeah. Once I get them, I'll explain why they're so awesome and why they're actually one of the best items you can have on your unit. But either way, for now I think we'll stick with what we've got and go ahead and go back to the next level. Now this is a normal level, and I think, if I remember correctly, this is one of the ones where you can get some really nifty gear. Yeah, let's get to it. And when you really boil it down, this game is all about having balanced, powerful equipment that can give you, an edge against your opponents. And depending upon your playstyle, that changes. Like, for me, I actually prefer the rapid fire weapons a lot because they can do just, great damage over time. Plus, they have a great stun effect. See? And especially the more high-power ones like the Gatling guns will actually just juggle your opponents almost infinitely. But the double-hand weapons, on the other hand, just literally can wreck and dismantle your opposition with no effort. Ooh. Now watch this. See? Right through the whole group, and now with that double-handed sword, I'm able to just basically dismantle them. Now most of these look as if they're either the standard Zaku's or a model variant of it, or they're those mobile battle frames, and I am no fan of the MBFs. Those are from Gundam Seed, I believe, and I am not a fan of their design. I've never liked it. It just looks so weird to me. Plus, I don't like their design and combat ability either, because the parts that make them effective are severely rare, so it's almost completely redundant to even have them. You know, there's other parts that you can get that can give you immense power, and there are weapons that you can get for the mobile battle frame that will make it very strong. But they're so rare that it's almost not worth the effort. There's my Zeta Gundam backpack in action. Now, one thing you can't do is you can't do Wave Rider in this game, which is sort of weird, but I guess, you know, the engine they used just couldn't support the transformation ability. That's why you don't see like any of the transformable mobile suits in this game. You don't see the Psycho Gundam, you don't see the Big Zam. Although that would be so cool to see the Big Zam in this game. You don't see, like, the Zeta Gundam can't transform into its jet mode. You don't see other units that have similar capabilities, so I guess it's the way the engine was designed, and I think it actually is based slightly on something along the lines of the Dynasty Warriors engine. So that might account for it, but even in the Dynasty Warriors game, they're actually able to do the transformation versions and the big giant robots, so I'm guessing there's probably reasons or limitations for it that I just don't know about. That being said, I still absolutely adore this game. This is one of my favorites that I've actually imported in the last several years, and actually one of my favorites just downright period. Oh yeah, right through his chest. And right through his chest. Which is weird, because you figure the shape of the weapon I'm using, you wouldn't actually be able to do a stab. That's why I said, I don't see why they call this thing a two-handed sword. It's an axe. A giant axe, yes, but just an axe. You know, typically with one of these boss characters, I'd use my, I'd use my super mode, but with this guy, you know, the battle frames themselves are actually really weak in terms of their combat ability. Unless they do have a few moves that can make them a threat, but unless they have their specialized backpacks like the Kai units do, they're nothing. And I can usually dispose of them with just basic attacks. See? No challenge whatsoever. My backup's like pounding away at this thing from a distance. Yep, see, there it is. Alright, next level, next area, and we'll see how this pans out. Yeah, I don't think you're any threat to me, buddy. Some people would say it's dishonorable to shoot an enemy on the ground. I say, I'm dismembering these guys 90% of the time anyway, why do I care? I'm not here for honor, I'm here for victory! Okay, yeah, there's that yellow thing again. I'm still trying to figure out what these yellow things are. I think they like lower your weapons abilities or combat abilities. Yeah. See, they lower your weapons' overall combat abilities, so it's sort of an annoyance. But it's alright, because you can actually just, well, I'm going to just go super mode and proceed to destroy everything in the universe. See, now I've got these guys pretty much all to myself, and I can mop them up and dispose of them at my leisure, because they are just no match for my unit. Ooh. Now, as I've said before, different weapons have different advantages, and one of the reasons I love the two-handed weapons is their stun effect. When you hit something with a two-handed weapon, if it's not boss, and even with anything other than the super big bosses, you know, it does a lot of damage, true, but it also stuns the crap out of them. It's one of the things I like about the whip weaponry, is that while it doesn't do a lot of damage, it stuns the target so badly. And you can actually hit multiple targets with it because it has a wide area of effect. So, yeah, that's one of the reasons I'm a huge fan of those big, heavy-duty swords and the whip-based weapons, because you can just juggle your opponents with it, and they will never have a prayer. Now, that being said, the disadvantage of these big, heavy guns and weapons is speed, or more to the point, their lack of it. As you can see, this thing is powerful as all get out, but it is slow. Each blow takes a while to wind up and strike. And especially if you're getting, pounded from multiple directions by your enemies, that can make it a big challenge to try and really gain an advantage against them. That being said, it's still very useful, and you can give yourself a big advantage in damage by using one of those two-handed weapons. But on the other hand, your enemies are going to be faster as a result. Alright, so green frame dude is now going to be... I'm just going to play juggle with him. I think there's one more that I fight, but I don't remember. It has been a while since I played this battle, so... So Astray red frames, Astray blue frames. Like, seriously. At some point you figured they would just realize that they're just out of their league. But, yeah, nope, I can take them. I do kind of wish my backup would go keep the other dude distracted so he's not pot-shotting me all the time. But I can handle that. See, another green frame. So, we're dealing with at least 2 enemies at a time here. Which, yeah, we can handle that. They're not doing enough damage for it to be any real concern at the moment. And I can still regenerate a boatload of it, so... Oh, and I think I just took his head. Yeah. Head's gone. He's done. Now this set of music, if you're hearing it, is a little different. A little bit more traditional Gundam style. It's a little bit less... It's still pretty heroic, but it's a little bit less upbeat or uplifting. It's more of a... It's a little bit more somber in its tone. Still a very good song, and I really like the music on this game. Just that one in particular feels very different. So... Anyway, so as you can see, we didn't do too bad. Norma cleared that like a boss, and yeah, I think we'll be doing fine there. So, let's go ahead and, yeah, let's see, we got EX actions learned, which means we got some new bonus points. And we got a new module, high level. We got new dual weaponry. We got a new head. Dual weapons are some of my favorites too, so... Got a new beam rifle for the Yakushiki. Got a new gun. Got more Mark II parts. Got a new backpack of some kind. Got a new weapon system of some kind too. Shields. Got lots of shields apparently. Level 8. Apparently a level 8 bazooka too. Alright, well... The rest of them go into the money pile. Alright, so I think that'll do it for at least this round. We're hitting a bit higher mark on this time frame than I wanted. Ran a little longer than I expected, but we should be good to go here. Next time I will see you guys for the next battle, which is most likely a big boss fight. So this is the Mega Mat Cat, and I will see you guys next time. And we will see if we can't get that taken care of.